I did my presentation on nuclear weapon strike survival. This guide will not only teach you how to survive in the event of a nuclear weapon strike, but will also give you the tools and knowledge necessary for you to know what to do and how to survive in the event of a nuclear weapon incident ever occurring on U.S. soil. If you're within a 3-mile blast radius of the bomb, you need to take cover immediately on a depression in the ground or behind the wall. Once in cover, you need to lay flat on the ground and cover any exposed skin from flying debris. You need to keep your mouth open because as that blast wave is coming over you, it acts as a suction and if your mouth is shut, will cause your lungs to eternally blow out, causing you to suffocate. After the blast, these are simple rules. Avoid looking at the light unless you want to be blind. Take cover behind a wall or lay flat on the ground and brace yourself for the blast wave. Same as applies. Keep your mouth open. As the blast wave is approaching, be vigilant for flying debris that can cause severe damage to you and others near you. The after effects. An EMP or electromagnetic pulse will fry all electronics in a 5-mile radius. This means you will have no form of communication to contact emergency personnel or be able to contact anyone to come and assist you. This will personally leave you on your own means of survival. There will be limited to no emergency services after the blast. So what this means is that you will be left to your own means of survival, but be quick, for fallout is approaching. Fallout is radioactive debris such as the gamma ray particles and nuclear isotopes that are propelled into the air when the mushroom cloud is formed. If caught, you will die of radiation sickness, but be advised, you only have 20 minutes till fallout approaches. What to do after the explosion over? First, assess your injuries. The common injuries should be broken bones, cuts, and lacerations. Secondly, assist those that you can, but if no help is coming, leave those behind that you will not be able to make, such as those with severe injuries or those incapable of moving. This may be hard, but you must be quick. Fallout is approaching and you have no time to waste. If it is impossible to escape the fallout zone, don't waste time. Leave as quick as possible. You may be forced to break the law in order for you to survive. If that means you have to steal a car in order to survive, don't hesitate. Remember, it's up to you to survive. No one is going to be able to save you when the fallout hits for 48 to 72 hours. Now, if you are able to find a car, there are certain things you need to do to escape. It's important that you travel perpendicular to this one so that you're not risk being trapped in fallout. If you need to learn, if you may have to hotwire a car, which is very simple. You rip out the under passage of your steering wheel, swipe your 2 wires, and remove the wire underneath your transmission. And remember to keep your airflow to recycle to prevent radioactive materials from getting into your car. Now, what if escape's impossible? If not impossible to escape, you must be able to find cover from fallout as quickly as possible. Find shelter that will protect you from fallout, but don't forget, fallout is 20 minutes from falling back to Earth. Don't forget, if you're caught out in the open, you will die from radiation sickness or radiation poisoning. So what kind of shelters do you need to avoid? You need to avoid the center of the blast. All structures in that area are been destroyed, and that area is highly radioactive. Secondly, you need to watch out for buildings that are on fire or look structurally unsecured as a result of the blast wave. Buildings like these will only get you killed. And you need to avoid buildings with thin material walls. Radiation can travel through thin material. What kind of shelters to seek? Your ideal place is a secured structure with thick walls to protect you from radiation. But likely you will have difficulty finding one, so find a building that looks safe and looks like it has multiple walls. Go in, but before you go in, put the search and rescue X symbol to signify help that you're inside, and then head in as far into the building as possible, putting as much space between you and the fallout. What to do once inside? You need to decontaminate. Just decontaminate anything that be radioactive. Rinse any exposed skin or hair thoroughly with any water that may be around. If not, rid yourself of any clothing or objects that may be radioactive. Then, after you've decontaminated yourself, you need to check everyone for injury. First, see if anyone has signs of radiation sickness. These signs are nausea, vomiting, a sensation of burning, and signs of internal bleeding. These ones need to be treated fast, or they will not make it. If anyone is displaying those signs, you need to get them to lay down and keep them hydrated, if at all possible. Secondly, check the extent of anyone. Treat those with the most severe injuries quickly, such as severe bleeding, blood loss, hemorrhaging. Then begin to treat the less ones, such as broken bones and lacerations. If injuries cannot be treated, try the best that you possibly can until help arrives. Your job is to keep them alive until help comes. The nuclear emergency strategic teams, FEMA, and the military decontamination forces won't be mobilized until 24 hours. Even then, you may have up to 72 hours before assistance is able to come to you. So you must be able to adapt to survive. First off, most of your multi-wall buildings in the city are offices of some kind. Most have what you will need to survive. Your big task at hand, first off, is to find water. You can go 3 weeks without food, but you can only go 3 days without water. This is very crucial if you're trying to treat those with radiation sickness, for water is the key to their survival. If you're in a office building, check for any water bottles or portable water fountains. And if need be, check for clean toilet water. As long as it's a clean source of water, you can decontaminate it. Secondly, you're going to look for materials to build a fire. Since 1 out of 15 Americans smoke, you should be more than likely to find a source of ignition such as a lighter, matches, or Zippo. If not, find anything that can create a spark, such as a wire or 2 pieces of metal that you can scratch and create that spark. Then you want to create a manageable but small fire to purify your water. You need to keep your water purified to keep infections down. Then you need to begin to look for sources of food. Look for vending machines, canned goods, anything that you can provide substances from. If there's no food, you may have to wait until fallout passes until you can go outside for supplies. How long until you should go outside? Nuclear isotopes won't decay to tolerable levels until at least 48 hours have passed, but it could take up to 9 days before it is safe for you to travel. So after 72 hours, after 72 hours, the decay is at a tolerable for you to go out and scavenge for supplies such as bottled water and canned food. Besides your SAR-X symbol, you will need to find other ways of alerting responders of your location. This can be by tapping Morse code on the walls, if possible, creating a banner and putting it on a window saying that you need assistance. The more ways you have alerting responders once they're in the city, the more increases you have in your survival rate. Conclusion: if you follow these instructions, you can be prepared in the event of a nuclear strike. But you can also be prepared by being vigilant with turmoils with any country that your country has, and watching your defense readiness conditions. Being vigilant and prepared are the keys to surviving a nuclear weapon strike.